Hello, continuing on with the grim dark fantasy, the Gry Bstrds, number one in the Lotlands series by Jonathan French. This is, 25 to 27 in the story of this half orc, half human guy who really doesn't understand anything. Jackal, who doesn't really understand anything, and and the entire plot seems to be basically just taking his assumptions and jerking the rug out from under him again and again and again. It's in some ways it's almost like a noir where he finds out the sex trafficking of elves was it turned out to be a different dude. He manages he gets imprisoned in this dumb plan of his to get to a wizard. He does actually he gets broken out by a prostitute with a heart of gold, uh, who who to her credit kills her pimp who is going to beat the shit out of her. Um, and he goes to this wizard who is really addled and fucked up and blurts out a lot of nasty truths. One of which is that the half orc wizard that had arrived at their thing seems to be the bastard son of the humans' uh, high king, and has got his own nefarious plans apparently from all told. And it also turns out that this wizard was one of the original wizards who horribly experimented on the half orcs, and Warbor gets to enact his revenge on this horrific creature. Um, they the end of his encounter with the wizard tries to blow him up with a bunch of sapping jars of full of, I'm assuming, like TNT. They get like ejected out of the castle through a plate glass window. I think it's a plate glass window. Um, a jackal using the wizard as a battering ram, and land on the thing. And we I guess established, has got magical healing powers, and the wizard, whose all his legs are broken, is apparently extremely hard to kill. Though Warbor manages to do that, and they realize that one of the other things they assumed, that the sludge man, who was, they were told by the wizard, was just an evil jinn or a demon, is actually probably a wizard, a highborn wizard of the human sort, and is probably still alive. And so they've gone to his thing to find him, where they find Starling has come with that knife, who he assumed was just going to go off and kill herself because she's pregnant with a half orc, half elf child, having been raped systematically. Um, but no, she's returned here, and when they get there, they find out that the Sludge Master has like 16 young elf women all sledged up in the thing, naked, just like Starling. So um, I'm sure he's doing it for his own sick Mengele kind of experimental reasons, but it's also kind of just this kind of a image. It's an image of a kind of a serial rapist, kidnapping young women and doing horrible things to them, which is unfortunately what this book really seems to like to um, sink into. And, is this a reflection of horrible masculinity gone amok, or is this kind of, I I would argue, as an entertainment, it's more about kind of enjoying this kind of nasty stuff for male entertainment or something like that. I really think this is probably going to be the only one I'm gonna listen to this entire one, um, give it the full through of the one. But I I I I'll be very surprised if I go on to other ones. Who knows? Maybe I will. There's been worse stuff that I've hate listened to or hate read in my time. Well, it would have to be free at the library for that to happen, because that's the only way I would continue on with it. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. But yeah, it's like blah, blah. Not. It's it's gross. I mean, it's supposed to be gross, which is good, I guess, in that sense. But it's also maybe not gross enough, or it's. I guess it's because the hero had at one point had a rape fantasy about that elf girl Starling himself, which is like, oh, it's not a great world. I mean, we don't live in a great world, but I don't know. Yeah, yeah, and am I being hypocritical in my distaste for this, knowing you know, my own. Yeah, yeah. It's just it's not a great. It's. I'm very, very, very mixed about this book. All right, I'll leave it there. I've been Jay. More videos later.